Welcome to Landria Anka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and start living an awesome life. It is so time. It is time. And it's time for you to embrace it. How do you do that? Oh, my neighbor might be calling me here. I hope I shut the phone off. How do you do that? You embrace it by accepting the fact that this transition into the beautiful new fourth and fifth dimension, depending on where you are with your frequency, is going to create some changes for you. I want you to embrace them. I'm having to go through them myself. I have to tell you, ooh, it's a little bit of a shocker when it triggers some fear and you're going, what is this? When the world is actually, the universe is actually giving you exactly what you want to take you to the better place, to the abundance, to the joy. What happens when you make that transition? You have to go through certain things to release the old world, the old frequency, which means sometimes you lose a job or lose a relationship, or some people will lose their house because they're actually supposed to go into something new that opens doors and they end up in something even bigger and better. You know, in a place where they love, and then they get money in abundance and they end up, buying something fabulous. Or maybe they don't because they don't need that stuff anymore. So I asked for acceleration of all my goals, and I got it. And I had this very odd feeling of clinging to the old habits and patterns that were all very positive, but will not bring me to the new level that I want to go to. I have to change a few things. And that was a little odd to feel that, and I had to really sit with it and say, what is this? It's really coming from the world that I knew to really going to really big levels. And so that means I'm going to have to really be comfortable with some changes and not functioning the way that I used to. And I've never been a safe person I'm always a huge risk taker, but this is taking me to another level. And I know what those triggers are, and I know where they're coming from. So I'm having to look at them because part of what all of this transition will require is accepting, releasing. So some of you think that you're struggling and that you're not manifesting, and exactly the opposite is happening. You're actually manifesting exactly what you want, which means things have to fall off. Sometimes you have a revelation. Sometimes you have an epiphany. Sometimes you find that you're not eating the same things. You're not getting along with the people that you used to. You don't even want to associate with them. You don't want to watch the same stuff on TV. You look around and you go, I want my life to be different. I want my life to change. And doing the old routine doesn't feel very good anymore, even if you enjoyed it. Maybe it's never bad, right? But that's not you anymore. You're becoming a new you with the new earth. It's all good. It's really all good. And things that are going to happen on this planet, which will appear bad to some people, will be good for others who are transitioning to the higher frequencies. Those people are going to embrace it and say, oh, that's not bad stuff. We need to switch over to certain things. We need to change society and governments and all these other things have to transition into a new way. And it's all going to be really good. It's happening right now. I just sense something huge happening right now. I really do. This is 2017. And I think everybody was so afraid of 2012. That was the start of the new earth. That was the official start of the new earth. It's been going on. We felt it. Big stuff happening. See, I told you my neighbor was going to call. I'll call her back when you and I are done talking. So, all this time, we've physically been changing. I was getting electrical charges through my body. Some of you have been experiencing ringing in the ears and diet changes and all kinds of changes. That's part of the transition. And now we're getting to the point where we're ready. We are having to take that step into a little bit of it's unknown. of having to be a little bit uncomfortable because we're going to have to let go the way everything's functioned. You always see my stuff up here come up for my free video training. That's a new earth. One where we can talk to each other globally, where we can share things, where you can check other people out pretty quick, right? Anything can be used for negative purposes. I always look at everything as it's an asset. You know, the atom bomb, the atomic energy could have been a good thing. That discovery could have been a good thing. And those scientists did not feel good about that later on, of how it was being used. We should have never used it for destruction. It could have been used for something so powerful and great. And now we get to choose. We get to start using all of this technology and information and our higher frequencies to use things for positive purposes. Free energy, feeding the world. No more poverty. No more lack. No more sadness. Unless it's a choice. Unless it's something you want to experience for being human. So I want you to understand that you're going to go through some changes. And some of the things you're going to lose are not bad. Those are good things, because when you finally release it and you're comfortable and you let it go, you will be fine. And if you're in situations that are difficult, acceptance of those situations are going to release them. They will change, and then you will go to the next level, because you will now, instead of fighting them and trying to make things fit, the outside world to try and make it fit to feel good inside, you're going to release it inside, and the outside world will change. So your inner peace in saying, okay, I don't like this situation. Maybe you're taking care of a parent, it's difficult, or any kind of circumstances that you really don't see any solutions. Total acceptance and saying, okay, I don't know why I'm here, but I know there's some good purpose for this, and I want to go ahead and accept this, embrace it, and when you do, you will be at peace and everything's going to change. That situation's going to work itself out beautifully in a way that you never imagined, and your world will change, because now you're transitioning to a higher frequency, because you are embracing the new earth. The traditions are going away, the way we did business is going away, and people who are not willing to go into that new transition, those new opportunities, are going to stay in the third dimension in a world that functions that way. And that's not you. I know it's not you. You understand this. You know what's happening. And I know we're all struggling with that. It's a lot to handle as a human being. We have emotions. So don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. And know that it appears to be negative or bad, and that it's actually a beautiful part of the transition to a huge gateway. Huge doors are opening for you right now. Huge doors. Embrace it. Be okay with it. Go through it. I mean, I felt stuff. It's like, ooh, what is this? I don't usually experience this stuff. It's a little bit of, I don't know what it is. I wasn't really sure what it was like, because my whole life, my whole world is going to change. I invited that in, and now it's happening. It's like, whoa, okay, I'm going to go to a completely different place, and I have to let go of how things have been. Because if I don't, I'll stay in the same way I've been living, which is great. It's been fabulous, but I want to take it to the next level. I want to do more for the world. I want to experience awesome things. And that means I've got to let my way of living go and accept it, embrace, and open up and go, okay, this is going to be a little bit scary, some of these things, but I got to go with it, because I'm always going to be okay. You're always going to be okay. Always. You are unconditionally loved, and you have every opportunity. You know what? The one wants nothing but light and love and peace and abundance for us. And we're the ones that are keeping ourselves away from that because we're learning lessons, we're having to come out of this density, we're here, that's our job. And if we're not doing it, we're the only ones holding ourselves back. So embrace it. Know that there's a lesson to be learned. Accept it and be okay with letting go. And yes, I'm not telling you it's not going to be fearful. I'm not telling you that it's not going to be uncomfortable. It will be. That's part of being human. Experience it, because you're never going to be able to feel this again, ever. Thank goodness, right? I'm going to be off in another place. When we leave here, we will never get to experience things quite like we are right now at this moment. And you get to change that reality out, those probabilities, any way you want. So, can you embrace it and know that these things are taking you to someplace awesome, even though they don't appear to? They are positive transitions. They're the push the universe is giving you to change, to make a decision, to go out because you've asked for this. You're manifesting. Even if you think you're not. It's all good. It's all good. You are whole. You are perfect. You are strong. You are powerful. You are loving. You are harmonious. You are happy. Thank you for all of the gifts and miracles that you are sending my friend today and every day. I know you accept it. Namaste.